Thank you so much, Matt and co. North Syman Gaming.
Okay, not the first matchup that comes to mind in the second round. You feel like Syman would be down there in the 0-1, exactly.
Way, yeah.
You wouldn't think this would be the matchup, that's for sure. But still, Syman proved themselves. And one thing that stood out for me was the map choice. Vitality allowed to come through. When you're up against a team that you don't know much about, you probably want to avoid Dust 2 completely. You don't want to go near that. But that's where they managed to really shake up Vitality, the number 2 team in the world, remember. They beat them 16-8. That was quite the trouncing. Moving to train now, and this is actually the pistol round. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, looks of things. And we are straight into the action. It's going to be a T-side start for Syman as they make their way towards the Ivy position. We have got Torek at the mouth of the Ivy position there. It's going to be the first kill for Gade, the in-game leader. Will be opening things up. He takes down the first player here as they fully commit towards the outside bomb side, but it really isn't going well whatsoever as they exchange blows. There's a couple of kills potentially here for Syman, but no bomb even closer to sight.
So just Torek and Nealon locked out already. They know exactly where they are. Looks like Gade's going to reposition towards the back tracks, and well, easy frag onto Torek.
Yeah, looks like that's all that's going to be said about this. So before we got into that pistol, we were kind of describing where the land lies in terms of the outcome of this game, right? Yes. So we're going to see whether North is certainly the favorites going into this one. Syman have played this map 12 times in the last 3 months. They've won 50% of those. North only played it 4 times. Remember, they've come off the back of a break here. They're definitely going to have better firepower overall. They're going to have more composition, I would say, generally speaking. And Gade looks like he's actually hitting all the shots required. 4 kills.
Torek for North at this point.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. No bomb planted, no buy. If they got the bomb down, there's a chance to get a couple of AKs out, but they're going to get the AKs in the third. And we'll see 1 rifle for North. That's going to be in the hands of Gade, of course, after getting those 4 kills, extra money. Scale for Yugi. He is an excellent trained player when he's in form. We haven't really seen him be an electrifying superstar AWPer for a while, Alex, but he's always going to be a conversation point. When he's on, he really is.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I actually really am excited to see what Ramzik can do.
That's a good point.
Like, I mean, he
heard a lot about this kid.
Yeah, very impressive with AWP and Kirby. Doesn't need to see him to frag him. Double for him through the smoke on Ivy. And these are freebies, just $600 a pop. The MP9, it is it always reminds me of the, you know, the weapon Will Smith gets in Men in Black 1? The
noisy cricket?
The noisy cricket.
Yeah.
I feel like the MP9 is similar. You know, small in stature,
doesn't knock you against the wall, though.
It doesn't send you flying, no. And that will be a lovely use of it. 4 for Kirby in that round. That's $2,400. Quick maths.
That's not bad,
with
Alex.
An F.
Impressive. Impressive. We are going to see now the 2-0 scoreline, and the AKs come out in the third, and we'll see whether this is going to be anything to write home about. Obviously, not many kills found there for the Glocks, but they are up against the Scouts, the MP9s, and the UMPs there. I would suggest that North will do something a little bit aggressive towards main entrance. That would be great. It's not likely they win this round, especially with the firepower they have available to them, but I'm expecting some sort of play towards one of the choke points to try and get the opening kill. Kiabi might be trying his luck towards Ivy once again, and indeed, AZ trying to make things happen here towards that lower ramp, and a nice smoke thrown from the outside bomb side and actually lands towards the top of the inside ramp there.
That's awesome. You can see the trails as well. You can see it came from all the way downtown. Gade with the Zeus up the ladder. That's cheeky.
That's what we wanted to see. This sort of round, they know they don't really have the potential to actually get the taps out, and they won't be able to hold off an execution, but they can be a nuisance. Flying up the ladder like that makes things very uncomfortable.
From Chaos, that could have spiraled out of control. If Gade gets away, scavenges away a weapon, it's suddenly a very awkward round for Syman Gaming. For now, they have the numbers, and they still have their dignity, despite what Perfecto may be feeling. So, a leisurely stroll towards Brown Halls. Now, those SMGs, though they are not the most ideal weapon, stuff like that they can get away with. AZ finishes what Kirby started oh so long ago. Now 3 versus 3, and they look like they're going to turn tail. I think that was enough. There's a weapon to be picked up. Nice work. He catches Valda on the re-aggression. Now, AZ did already show his name in the kill feed on the inner sight. The fact that Valda's gone down there perhaps is going to encourage them to go to Torek's push. He's gone towards bomb train. Oh, he's not expecting that. AZ has teleported straight towards the bomb train into the outer sight. Nealon having a duel now. 18 seconds. That time is becoming a factor, and AZ is making this UMP sing.
Yeah, that should be it. Kios will have almost no chance now with 10 seconds remaining. Needs to find both of these kills very quickly. Doesn't really have a chance to even plant now to stay alive. Yugi, that's all you have to do. Run away as AZ picks up his 4th. Fantastic round there from North. I can't stress that enough. That's the round they weren't expecting to win. We call those ones a bonus round essentially these days when you've got MP9s, UMPs, 1 M4 and a Scout up against a fully bought T side, and somehow, some way it works out for them. And AZ couldn't have positioned that any better. He started off towards the inside area. Lovely kill towards Ramzik at that point. Then he's playing very passive. He's running down the clock the most he can. He knows they have to make a commitment outside at some point, and Nealon will get dropped. They're not really playing off each other there. Needed to go in as a team and try and really focus on that one player instead of going to him one by one. If they had just committed outside and just ran towards him, they'd probably get the trade. But either way, Nealon, chance of the 1D, still has that. Gade, he looks very sharp in the pistol round. Can he find this very important kill? Apparently not. Says the another 1D's on the table here. It's not going to be
given
connected.
So many chances. Nealon could have done damage. Nice work from Perfecto, who, well, perfects what Nealon started. Good angle from Kirby. Perfect for the Org as well. Oh, Perfecto, he's not done.
Yeah, and Torek actually has a free kill here. So 2 versus 1. This time it's Kiabi who'll be tested. And they've got no armor here as well. He's been tagged up. The Deagle shot hurts. Is that the cue for the bomb just to go straight towards inside and get down that lower ramp? It is. I don't think Kiabi can stop him. And he didn't spot him.
He turns straight around.
Wow.
180 back up the ramp and into the site. Great comms from Torek. He realized exactly what was going down. And I mean, I don't think we've realized what has gone down here. I mean, the fact that Nealon charges over the Molotov, starts taking early fights, and then they just whittle away. Late presence and Ivy got Torek a freebie. And of course, the double we saw early from Perfecto with some rather gorgeous work. Not over for Simon. They haven't converted it yet. Perfecto has to convert.
He has the incendiary. He has an HE. First will be thrown at this stage, but he's got so little to work with here in terms of where Perfecto could be. Ooh. Gets his position now. HE hoping to take him down quickly, but at this point, might just want to go for the full defuse. Does commit, footsteps shown, and Perfecto, not going to be challenging, but it's not quite enough. He does have to check it in the end. He wants to confirm that Kiabi's not on the bomb, and he will take him down. The full defuse comes in, no problem. 3 kills for Kiabi. He's stepping up in this game so far. Another close call, but they managed to stick the landing, no problem. And it is going to be another successful round for the Danes. They are the favourites here on the CT side of Train, but there's been some very uncomfortable moments.
Yeah, so far. I mean, look at this from Perfecto. A drive-by, and then Valda peeking straight into it as well. That's a very crispy and a very good sign, actually, given the fact that Perfecto was so influential for Simon Gaming in their run during the CIS minor. You want to see him on, especially when you've got such a tall task of North ahead of you. I mean, everyone wrote them out of the major. Sure, they've already caused a huge stir by besting Vitality in a convincing fashion. But a lot more criticism towards the French than it is praise towards Simon Gaming seems to be the angle they're taking. Replicating that success, that conversation changes. Catches a glimpse of the head of Kirby. But for now, Nealon is going to be, he's Molotov down. He has to take the fight. That is painful. Ramzik, in the meantime, did catch one, though.
Yeah, Ramzik had a lot about him. Very powerful AWP. We'll see if he can actually beat the smoke that's presented towards main entrance right now. Is Kios, who's snuck out towards Ivy. They have no idea, but Yugi seems to be aware of the potential. We're looking towards the backtracks. Nails that first shot. Gade will back him up towards Ivy. What a beautiful setup, Alex. They were so aware of the potential threat on the other side of Ivy there. They shut it down quickly. It's a 4-on-2, and Ramzik and Perfecto left with a very difficult task here. They have no control of the map. They're sending one player towards Ivy. That's going to be Perfecto, as Ramzik waits patiently. No real reason to do much here. Build the north side. Just hold on to the choke points you have control of right now, and make sure you keep everyone alive.
Ramzik just firing off a shot, hoping. Kirby in that tight corner. The Molotovs, flashes, everything being thrown towards them. With 35 seconds left, they find themselves spread out. The fact that Perfecto's still giving this a shot.
Surely.
15 seconds left. I mean,
yeah.
I don't understand. I assume he's backing away to save now and all is good in the hood. Perhaps just trying to get another frag or so, take a weapon away from the growing CT economy. I say that with a pinch of salt. Just Yugi and Kirby with some extra points. And Kirby's going to get even more. Nice quick frag onto Perfecto. Did he catch him?
I think he got him just before the time went down. So there we go. And we'll be now A terrorist timeout, 5-0 at this point. We have Kiabi with a lovely kill towards the end, means they only save the AWP. They've got to work out how they buy into this round. So they already have the orb. 2 players can buy up fully, actually 3 of them. So I'd say they are going to buy here. It's just Perfecto that is in a little bit of trouble, but if his Deagle's anything to go by, he'll be absolutely fine with just a pistol here. Yeah. I assume they will buy into this one, considering Ramzik has no money. Surviving after the timer. Great stuff from Kiabi. Haven't seen him look stunning for a while now. This is a very strong start from him. See out of that. In-game leader looking very calm.
I mean, you heard Chad talking about it, that he's like fully committed to the Valda leadership project.
Yeah.
Are you equally as convinced?
I think so. He seems like he's a very sensible and calm player, very intelligent in the way to watch him play. Like, he plays to the fundamentals of Counter-Strike, is very good understanding how the game should work, and he's played under some fantastic in-game leaders throughout his career as well. So he definitely is, for me, the best man for the job. That's the smoke we just saw that lands towards the upper ramp here.
Here it comes. You're going to see it from Perfecto's POV. Lands on him. Perfect. Ways he was considering it. He could have smoked and peeked should he have desired. That nade's not going to find too much. But Kiabi's aggression, I feel like almost every round so far of play, we've seen Kiabi posture at least with the deep smoke on Ivy. It buys them so much time.
Yeah, and sows a seed of doubt towards Syman as well. If you just throw out smoke every round, sometimes you use it, sometimes you don't. It means they're going to have to use utility to even get past it. They're not sure what's on the other side.
And yeah, you have to clear those corners. You have to respect them. Nice work from Gade onto Nealon, who has been committed to pushing out of main. Ramzik again with the equalizer. That's 2 rounds in a row. He's managed to keep them in it and extend it. Kioz does, pushes out of main. Kiabi training his eyes on Ivy. He is dedicated to this and has to be. Going to be taking this fight. This should go the way of the Dane, certainly with a nade thrown like that. Caught completely off guard. That's a huge frag to keep things level. 3 versus 3 now.
Oh, is Kiabi going to push towards T-spawn as well? I think he is. That's a really nice play. He needs to make sure he's quite silent here. I think he's been heard. Yeah, you have to make sure you walk that one. Ramsey's got him. That's a shame. It was a really nice idea, but it was a little bit too loud with it. He was assuming they would commit on 30 seconds and be pushed towards inside. He'd get loads of information, but they were holding patiently. Someone heard him, and now we've got Kios, who's actually behind all of them. This should be a Syman round.
This should, being the operative word. Valda exposed, and his head rolls. Big connection from Chaos on the flank. The Molotov couldn't have been any better. AZ's locked out. That bomb should go in with 10 seconds to spare. They're using every second given to them so far. They like to really have that patience. Catch pushes like that from Kiabi. Well, they convert. Syman, they break the drought, and they needed to. Yes, it's T-side train, but that 0 needs to change, and they do so.
Yeah, much better there. Waiting for their opportunity to strike, and Kiabi gave them all the information they needed. As soon as he pushed towards T-spawn, they knew they had a pretty solid run towards outside. So it was a 3-on-3. Was that required? Not necessarily, but Kiabi, he was hoping they'd gone towards inside there. That's the gut feeling he had. He went with it. Could have gone a little bit slower potentially, so he didn't have so many sound cues, but Ramzik heard him. As soon as he did, he knew he had a free kill. That was their opening. Managed to get the bomb down, and nothing AZ can do. The Molotov's down towards Connector. Kept him in position. He will save the AWP, and that means they will get a buy next round. It won't be amazing. Yugi can buy up a secondary AWP. The rest of them, though, might have to compromise here and there. So a couple of players averaging around 3.5K.
Yeah. I think Kiabi part of the... Oh, they're doing it again. They get my brain going. Pop Dog, as you can see.
Yeah, GG Bet providing the odds. You can see North the heavy favourites with the scoreline standing the way it does at 5-1. Double AWPs as expected, and Kiabi down to the UMP.
Yeah, the 200 ADR, 10 kills at round 6. I think that's where Kiabi's push may have come from. He's certainly been having a blistering start. Yeah. And Yugi, here we go. Ooh, we heard it coming. Wow, hits the brakes. Doesn't get touched by even a lick of the flames. Fast Molotov and flash from the T side to try and contain any aggression towards Ivy, and it served its purpose.
They were going to try and get the quick pick in the form of Yugi there, pushing towards Ivy. He's held up by 2 Molotovs now, Alex. They're really making sure he can't come close. So they'll probably jump up in the dumpster. Yugi seems to be aware of it. Torek waits very patiently. You can see them actually getting inside control towards the brown horse as well. Yugi, he nails this. You know he's going to. It's a great shot. Nice awareness. Torek's dropped, and that should push them towards inside now. They were setting up on that side of the map regardless. Looks like this is flashbang in, and then it's going to commit off it.
Double flash. Now they're white, but look at this position. If they don't come up in time, he's going to catch 2 of them.
Oh, the flash from his teammate.
That's the flash from his teammate. He does have the time. He does have the position, but from heaven they arrive. Nealon actually reacted. Huge quick reaction from him, and AZ in response. Ramzik again makes it 3 versus 3. The bomb's now down. He's upper with the AWP. If he can set himself up, he could catch them as they start to charge in. Chaos still on the bomb. Easy shuts down the AWPing presence. Now things becoming a bit of a problem. Perfecto and Chaos, what can you do? What crossfire can you establish? They're on their own. It's every man for himself, looking to find the second round. Syman Gaming being pincered in. He does have a Molotov, but that's gone. That was on the man on the site. If Perfecto had a different story, now he's got to get this right. All eyes on him. He's looking for Yugi. He's trying to do it in the flames. That was ambitious. Defuse will come in and North finds 6.
Yeah, it was looking quite good for Syman there. They managed to, they lost the first pick. It was a 5-on-4. They managed to at least confuse the inside defense. You can see them actually flashing themselves. It wasn't perfect. It was a beautiful position from Valda. I thought he's got 3 kills lined up here. I think it was AZ that flashed him, and then he had to fall back a little bit, and they detected him just there. AZ does get the follow-up kill. They win the round, so no harm, no foul. But he's not happy about it.
That's how I'd feel too,
yeah,
man.
you just say, just flash me, bro. It had them all on a plate. It was done. But they still, as long as they win the rounds, you just got to accept it.
No
So just move on, and they've got the 6-1. But the loss bonus will keep Syman in the game here with the bomb going down. Perfecto with the Galil. Ramzik has been hitting some impressive shots so far, the AWP, but can he keep it up? Yugi this time towards main entrance, looking to crack things open once again.
Love that we're seeing dynamic AWPing coming out from Yugi early. Sometimes he can become somewhat of a shell of his AWPing self. So deadly with the weapon, especially actually on train. He forged a lot of his dynasty, a lot of his infamy on this very map. First Ivy now looking at main. You'll see him inner. And to catch that early impact. Of course, 2 AWPs in play for the CT side. AZ is responsible for keeping that inner sight safe, and he's pushed up nicely. I didn't catch it, but Torek gone, I'm guessing, towards Ivy. Those guys have been duking it out over there every single round. Yugi caught out. Huge frag. Not sure what happened there. Neelan's managed to sneak out in the interim. Gade towards Pop, and that will be something he'll have to deal with. Chaos perhaps present as well. This is an interesting pincer from the T's.
Yeah.
How do they handle Valda?
Well, that's the big question here, Alex. They've got to be aware of his position. If they can flash it, that'd be ideal. But now aggro starts to be taken away. Valda's still in a precarious position, but Gade, he gets one. Valda with the follow-up as well, and now Gade knows they're going towards inside. He's spotted it. He's heard him, for sure. He might even go up the ladder and chase him down. Ramzik's on the other side of the map. He might get one of these kills, but not meant to be. Gade will finish things off, and a little bit too predictable at that point. You could see Gade was very, very aware of their tendencies and makes his way up towards Pop Dog, spots the last player there, and Ramzik, unless he nails some beautiful shot towards Ivy, it wasn't ever going to happen for them. And there we go, 2 losses in a row. Even with the maximum loss bonus, he might find himself in trouble here. Can definitely warrant a partial buy with Deagles and armor.
Sure.
Maybe a bit more with 1 AK. We're seeing a lot of CIS teams go for that sort of mentality. There's 1 AK or 1 Krieg with Deagles around them. But I'm interested to see what they bring to the table here.
That is, I mean, that's fast becoming such a potent buy. It's very, very, you know, interesting to see that. I feel like what the changes have done, if not anything else, which they've done plenty. Yeah. But I think if they've done one thing that I really like is that you do get so many more of those superstar rounds with the Desert Eagle and a Kevlar vest pulling your team from the brink of defeat. There's a lot more access to that for sure. And while that is quite the interesting one. We've got a full utility. They're doing something off the strat book.
We've seen this more and more these days. The Mac 10's coming out in these sort of partial buy rounds, and you're seeing like very fast set pieces just trying to get the bomb down. It's similar to sort of the Tech 9 of old, you know, like when they used to buy Tech 9 armor and smoked, you do a wall of smoke outside, rush through the Tech 9s. That's kind of happening again with the Mac 10. It seems like these are very viable weapons, these sort of scenarios.
Of course, but that is the M4 of Gade. There's the Mac 10 in response, though. So cheap, and yet so effective. Yerby looking to clean things up and catches Torek. This rivalry continues, but revenge. Ramzik keep things sorted.
Yeah, perfecto. Yeah, not really much he can do here, I'm afraid. He'll go towards Pop Dog, but his days are numbered. If he can get one more kill, that'd be great. He's got a P250 and a Zeus in the back pocket, but up he goes towards the Pop Dog room. Going to go back towards T-spawn. And at this point, they've got the bomb down. They're just waiting for him to close things out. They can use this as a tactical timeout almost, just work out what they'll be doing in the next round, where the money will be much stronger. Ramzik spends a bit more money than he should have done, considering he's the AWP down to 1,300.
Could come back to haunt him. Will. We can say this with certainty.
Well, it just means his teammates now will have to drop him, so...
God, that is... If anyone wondered what Henry's tone is when you're playing Counter-Strike with him, that's... Well, I guess I'll have to drop for you. Nice catch. That's Valda and an M4. Does he get across? Find out next week. Oh, just about. He went straight back, perhaps trying to play with them. No, Yugi shuts him down. And those double AWPs will be preserved coming into, I believe it's going to be round 10. 8-1 was the score.
This is a map we know Syman play, but we obviously haven't watched them ourselves in this one. And they managed to win on Dust 2. That doesn't surprise me so much because Dust 2 is one of those maps where a lot of top teams avoid it, like the Plague, basically because there's many teams that can play Dust 2. You don't need to have a massive understanding of the map. As long as you're having a good day, everyone's hitting their shots, you can win with not a lot at all. Train is completely different, though. This is a proper teams map. You have to have a full understanding. Sure, it's CT-sided. It doesn't mean you're necessarily going to win a boatload of CT rounds. There's some very good T-sides out there these days.
Yeah, I mean, North being one of them, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah, these guys are really... I'm very interested to know how they do at this major. Given the fact that they took a break, they've kept citing overwork and, you know, overplay as being some of the footfalls and faults they've made. Well, let's see what happens now they've had a break. One of the most important tournaments of the year. It's a recipe for success if their excuses are anything to go by. Nice Molotov to keep them at bay. Valda's low, though. See if that comes back to haunt him if they do choose to commit to B. It doesn't seem like it's necessarily on the horizon just yet. Still 60 seconds of play here, round 10.
Flashbang towards Pop Dog here, and another one for good luck. It's Gade who will be not necessarily spotted, but he gives up the position with the shots there. So Perfecto cost him 2 flashbangs, didn't really get much for it, but he'll stay alive. I guess that's something. Ramzik now.
And Gade can just leave. Look at that, he just walked out. Like, okay, you can call Pop Dog all you want, throw your utility at me. I'm going to try and find your AWPer. Ramzik has been playing passive main repeatedly, often finding a frag. AZ's found the first this time round, though.
And Gade is spotted from the Brown Halls area. He's low HP, but he's spotted no one else is towards inside at all, so they know this is coming.
Ramzik catches AZ. As Torek starts to flank, he needs to get 2 here. Gade does exactly what he needs to. That's the advantage for the CTs in a rather large one. Nealon trying to bait out Valda and catches him. Nice play from him. But keep your eyes on the clock. 10 seconds in towards the bomb train. Nealon, you have to charge. 5. He's got to get it. He's slowed by the bullets. I think he's got it in time. Kirby now has to hunt him down. 1 versus 1. Nealon not going to survive. Bless him. That was scary.
Yeah, he couldn't. For anyone who's not aware, this is the major, right? A lot of new viewers. It has to read 4 on the clock as you punch in the numbers there. It has to still see saying 4. It takes 3.5 seconds to get the bomb down. So once he's committed to that, if he gets off the plan, he's going to lose around regardless. So at least he gets the plan down. There's some extra money. There's a chance he might win it, but he had to. He had no choice. That's why Kiari could just valiantly run up to his position and take him down there. And Gade, speaking of valiant, did a fantastic job here. Gets 2 kills just when it looked like that was all about to fall apart. But Valda, for me, was the MVP of that round. Didn't get the most kills, but he was the one with low HP, spotting towards the Brown Horse, confirming after AZ got his kill with the AWP that it was an inside play and Gade could hold his position and not transition at all.
And those communications, it's easy to miss them when watching the world of Counter-Strike, which is why we're so grateful to have you,
I just have my eyes on the minimap at all times. That's how I watch the game.
It's much less enjoyable than the perspective I get. I kind of feel like I'm playing. Nice work from Kirby, though. Catches Ramzik, who did just charge straight past Olof, and old hell really was making a beeline for Ivy, but Kirby catches him.
Well, nice opening pick. Decent utility damage, and the smoke will thwart Nealon's effort. Okay. Apparently not. Okay, he manages to get the frag towards Gade there, but Kiabi, he's been hitting absolutely everything so far. 18 kills to his name, and Nealon, how he predicts that, I have no idea, but he brings it back to a 3-on-3. Plenty of time remaining. A very chaotic round here.
His 2 frags have been absurd. Nealon trying to keep his team in it. And Kirby, I mean, they're coming into his turf. He has had 18 kills to his name in round 11. Yuki onto bomb train. He's done great work from here as well, catching them on that backtracks flank earlier. It's all about the communication. This is aggression. Kirby perhaps a little too hot on the trigger. He was ready to take that fight. Now 2 AWPs. If they get this bomb down, this gets awkward. I say if, it's because Yugi usually can put up a good fight. Not this time. Shut down. Molotov's going to lock out AZ. He can peek over it, though, trying to fire off the shots. That's actually going to be the warning shot that they need. Refresh the Molotov, bomb down, and this round just slips out of North's fingers.
Absolutely does. It's Syman who hold on, and Kiabi's flashbang towards Ivy. Yeah, it was a nice idea. It had the flashbang being a little bit more successful, shallower perhaps, and made them turn away. He might have had a chance of getting at least 1 kill, got nothing for it. And it's Syman who seems to be very patient on train. They're not forcing the issue at all. They're more than willing to bide their time and see what aggression is coming out from North. The fact we had Valda in towards essentially T-spawn there.
Is this them taking their foot off
Exactly.
the gas?
This is them maybe getting a little bit overzealous, is a nice way of putting it, I think. You see this sometimes, which is understandable. You're having a great game, you're hitting all your shots, you feel like you've got them rattled, and they're playing a very passive game. It wasn't necessarily a bad play from Valda at all, because he got towards T-steps. That's a position I wouldn't ever expect him in, right? If he hits that kill, we wouldn't even have this discussion, right? But unfortunately, he didn't, and that was a catalyst for the success in Syman Gaming. So there it is, a second round. Not a lot to write home about just yet, but they're not out of it. There's still a chance they can bring this back to 9-6, which would be a very good half indeed.
Those were those 2 frags from Nealon. That was the way in. The first one, some would say blind luck. Smoke plumed. He had a good idea there was a player coming. Crosshair placed in the right spot. And look at this one. A bit of a sacrifice made for the CTs. North, they have been kept honest, but recovering and able to buy after that success. That's quick first blood. Chaos, he's caught. His pants around his ankles.
That's pretty wild from AZ. Manages to get the kill they needed, and the reason is because of their buy. As you can see, a deagle for Yugi. Kiabi with the UMP. AZ saved his orb. That's why he continues it into round number 12 here. But opening kill. Can they recover the weapon? I don't think so. It looks like it's very deep towards the T side of the map as they hold on to their advantage here. We have one player towards inside. That's going to be Valda. He's watching the lower ramp, and he's got his teammate AZ watching towards upper. So Valda's watching lower by sitting on the upper ramp. They can swing off each other, take aggro. If AZ gets 1 kill towards upper, Valda can just jump into that position and help him out, because he actually is one of the few players with the rifle there. As they're playing off each other, they will reposition. Gade spots 1. That's all he'll get.
Hasn't been too much early Pop Dog presence from Syman Gaming. I mean, you said that they take it slow, right?
They take it very slow. I've not cast them on train before, and this is classic CIS on train.
It's one or the other. It's, it's one extreme or the other. They're either holding W and walking into the site in the first 10 seconds, or this. We've seen, late plants before. AZ, lucky to be alive. My goodness. And now Kiabi's aggression is going to be rewarded. Tags up Torek and is allowed to escape. The T-smoke benefits him. Valda's on the rotate as well. Gade, his patience now, finds Nealon. Perfecto through main with 19 seconds left. We have to start keeping an eye on the clock. Perfecto! That is exactly what it says on the tin. Valda, however, puts up some fight. Now 12 seconds. That bomb needs to go down. The bomb is not in his grasp. Perfecto, it looks impossible, and it is. Glorious stuff from him.
Yeah.
But the time just starting to become a factor. Why not make these plays at 40 seconds and have some opportunity, some leeway for that clutch?
I apologize. I actually knocked my headset off my head. I almost fell off my chair when that happened. This kill that comes in after this one, I almost lost it.
Boom!
My headset fell off my head. That's the first time it's ever happened. But still, they win the round.
But Perfecto did just cause someone's headphones to fall off their head. So,
Not someone on the server, but
credit where it's due.
Exactly. Okay, well, a timeout for both teams. They'll have a chance to discuss their option. Syman has called it, but both teams get the benefits. You get 30 seconds to discuss with your coach what the approach will be for the next round, especially if you're struggling or your money's low. You want to bring him in, and he'll discuss what's happened so far, what's been working, what hasn't. You normally try and focus on what has been working and where we can take that further, what has been good for them. The rounds have been winning, unfortunately, for Syman, is when North have over-aggressed. They've been too in your face. They've been pushing towards those choke points and giving frags away, and I don't think that's going to be an option here, considering North are very low on their own money. They've just won the previous round. They're looking to close this one out.
This is a bit different. This is a bit quicker, potentially. Of course, AZ, he shut down Chaos's early presence early, and he's feeling it, down to just the Desert Eagle now.
Okay, inside execution, Alex. 5 players in. Old school as you like. Couple of smokes down, flash over, orb to protect you. In you go.
Line up.
Ouch. You take a nade to the face as part of the plan.
All part of the plan.
You just do that, make them feel like they're going to win.
Damage. It's distributed evenly across everyone. Yugi, he's got the perfect information. He just saw the hand of Syman Gaming. He knows they're coming. Falls off. The flashes are going to be raining in. Looks to play for his teammates. The patience is there. Catches info. Doesn't quite connect, but Yugi still breathing. And AZ's fragging. Double from him. Ramsek and Torek down, all onto Chaos.
Yeah, it's Yugi that will be dropped. There's Galil. 2 kills so far, but that's all he'll get. Gade pushing from Pop Dog, that's where he resides, and it's the inside execution. Quite a technical one. You saw all those smokes and flashes, the Molotovs too. Very effective. The Orbs certainly didn't look comfortable there, but overall, still a solid hold from North, and a round they had to win it. Their money was an absolute zero. Here's Valda, who's had a quiet game so far before this round, set at 6 frags, managed to step up as he gets a second kill through the spools. Came down to the 2 versus 1, but it looked like it was under lock and key.
It's significantly rare, actually, these days to see someone playing that spool. It used to be such a spot, like tucking yourself in, holding upper and swinging into the low ramp push. Valda bringing back somewhat of a retro hold, but he did manage to shut down that full execute by being so close quarters.
Yeah, as soon as they've smoked themselves out of the upper ramp, you know you can just focus on that position, right? They're all going to be looking down the back tracks, looking for those AWPers, especially when there's shots being fired off left, right, and center. So it was actually a really nice little play. It works out very well for Valda. Like I said, quiet game so far, but 2 very important frags. He's the anchor inside. Not really a high fragging area. It's the least favored side of the map, I suppose. And at this point, we'll have a look at the cash for Syman Gaming. Still going to be forcing into this one. Ramzig Boss keeps money at around $2,000, looking to close things out of the AWP. I think this round might slip away for them. We will see. The rest of them are Deagles and a couple of rifles. Kiabi tested once again, and it's AZ that does significant damage, but it's still a 4 versus 3 advantage for Syman.
That smoke enables Gade to hold this off angle beautifully. Catches one by surprise. He wasn't ready for a second kneel, and bullets to the backside. Catches the Dane off guard. Does upgrade himself to the Galil, and they have the numbers. For how much longer? Valda changes it. Tips the scales only briefly. Chaos with the trade.
Well, Yugi, what have you got for us? AWP, 100 HP, and at this point, the bomb down towards Ivy. We'll see now if he can work out where the last 2 players reside, and that's a shot. Oh. Sorry, what's happening?
That was the Syman Gaming theme tune. You may have heard it before. It may sound similar. They took inspiration from another team.
I was going to say, there's a very similar song.
Yeah, there is a similar song, but that's something they've been working on for a while. They decided at the major they would
I don't know what's happened there.
Ramzik Boss. Easy for Syman Gaming. Certainly doesn't look that way.
Well,
11.
They've been waiting to drop that one, haven't they? It's like, right, as soon as they get around, we're dropping the theme song. Get it in there.
Yeah, finally, we need to promote it. Ooh, bit of a leg crusher.
Limping in towards the pop dog room. You can see this is a massive situation for Syman. They could change this now from a 12-3 scoreline, which is looking very likely, to 11-4, which still sounds like a huge deficit, which it is, but it's Train. You swap over. There's a world of difference between 11-4 and 12-3, let me tell you, as it will be Kios open things up. The Molotov towards the Train should push Gate off. He is going to be in trouble. He's actually fine on top of the smoke with the 5-7. The CZ might have to do something with this, but it looks like his days are numbered. He's dropped down. Smoke's in front of him, and the kill was inevitable. It's going to be a 5 versus 2 now. AZ has had a great game so far, but his teammate Kiabi, who started off red hot, will be finishing things off in the grave. It's 11-4, Alex. Syman are back on their feet, I would say.
Yeah, 4 rounds on the T side against a tough opponent. This is a map they've played 12 times. They've got 50% win rate on it. This is comfort zone for Syman, and they're going into the CT side.
They absolutely are. Will they be able to step up and show us what they're made of in the second half? You're going to have to find out after this break.
North versus Syman Gaming, and they managed to muster a measly 3. We'll see how they handle this. At 4, actually. Excuse me, you talked about 12-3 so much, Henry. I believe
And you just ruined it for both of us.
Well, I'm so sorry, man. But
it's
yes,
fine.
4 for them coming into the CT side. It's a map they've played in all 4 locked. It's a best of 1, and it's a winner's game. Of course, a huge victory for Syman Gaming over the French team Vitality. It surprised many, including the French, of course. Now, Syman Gaming looking to find win number 2. This one, of course, with a little more resistance. How much of that is the CT side? We'll find out. Let's see how they handle the pistol.
I would say a must-win pistol, but the fact they have 4, they can lose and still come back into this one. It'd just be more idyllic if they could pick the pistol up here and have a flying start. We will see as we have 2 P250s on the T side. It's AZ and Valda. Star players at this point, I suppose. They've been fragging hard. And we'll see a couple of smokes and flashes as well. So inside play is there. Could smoke towards connector on the upper ramp, or they could execute to outside from the pop dog above it. And right now, just posturing above that position, trying to work out if any CTs are pushing in at all. It's Gade who just tries to bait out any bullets he can. Gets pop dog control at this point. You see Kiabi once again towards Ivy, this time on the T side. He'll be holding there for the flanks with his teammates fully commit towards outside. Considering Kiabi's position, I said they finished towards outside with AZ showing presence towards inner. Yeah,
and he's doing exactly that. My goodness, what is this duel? And where did their HP just go? I just watched the CTs get chunked. Gade has walked out of pop dog in a lovely little gap in the smoke for Chaos to exploit. Backing away, looking for safe haven. They haven't committed with this bomb, and that's worth reminding yourself of. Because for now, the CTs are all gathering on A, and they are charging down that ramp. Kierby falls to Ramzik. That's huge. The CTs have the numbers, but the bomb will go down. It's going to be an afterplan, and AZ, he can charge up that site. Get as much as he can. P250, no Kev for him. 3 CTs encroaching.
Yeah, as the flashbang, and AZ will deliver the kill. That's Ramzik going down, 2 versus 2. No kid available. They need to get their skates on at this point, and AZ spotted another. Doesn't get the kill, but Valda gives his position up, unfortunately for him. He still has 100 HP. Remember, no kits, but the bomb's down in an awkward position for him. But the 10-second defuse does give him a fighting chance there. 3 kills with Kios, and Perfecto will get the defuse there, no problem at all. And it will be the pistol. We said it was an important one, going in favor of Syman Gaming. But the bomb planted and 3 kills. I dare say they'll be buying up with AKs in the next round, at least one of them, I would say, on the north side. They've got 3K on 2 players, so the idea is you drop 2 AKs down and deagles around it, and you see what you can do up against the scouts and the SMGs, maybe 1 rifle on the Syman side. We'll see if that comes through. Yeah, the bets from GG.bets, and North are the heavy favourites, of course, but the pistol might persuade things to change. We will see as the buys come through. CTs, I'm interested to see how many SMGs they've got at this point. So just the 1, actually. They focus, we can see they've barely got any utility on 2 players. Ramzik and Perfecto have nothing, but they have got rifles here. And no AK from North, so they're actually playing a much more conservative game.
In it for the long run. Syman Gaming, they've got the rifles out very early on, the second round of the second half. Now Torix lining them up and knocking them down. They just went for the P250s, a very reasonable $300 investment. And that enables all the CTs to get themselves a P250 of their own. A lovely upgrade, a gift from the Danes. And the recently relaxed Danes, worth mentioning, they have all been on holiday. We heard Mitha talking to Sue ahead of this game. And
yeah.
You know, I think the main thing I took away from that was he was talking about the balance of work and play.
Yeah.
He thinks, you know, having a social life, exercising regularly, everything outside of the game, he puts a whole lot of importance on. And that's what the philosophy that North have been forging their new look to.
Well, this is where the buy comes through, Alex. We are going to see the AKs and a couple of Kriegs as well. Gade and Valda to wield those as they look to go towards outside here. It's Kios who will be making his way towards Pop Dog. Flames in front of him, but he's absolutely fine for now. The flashbang, though, that won't be as comfortable as Neelan should be dropped here as well. Very nice, emphatic start here from North. And Ramzik looking to get back into this one. He does a boatload of damage outside. Only gets the 1 kill, but Valda's down to 16.
He's got so much swagger, Ramzik. He's just, he seems to have a firm grasp of the game. Bullets through the smoke, a spray on the floor as you retreat for extra swag points. In case you were unaware, you get an extra for a spray. I unbound it. I'm too much of a fiddler.
What about the weapon inspect? Do you have that?
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
thought you might.
For style points, obviously.
Wow, North for the advantage, but still a lot of work to be done. There's 3 CTs to find. AZ with full control of the Pop Dog room. They do not have any smokes, though, however. They have a couple of flashbangs remaining. Those are both on the utility belt of Yugi. 45 seconds here. I dare say the CTs have a pretty strong chance still. They're focusing towards inside right now with 2 players there. That's going to be Ramzik and Perfecto. And it looks likely as to where they're heading. All North can do to gain access towards inside is flash towards a connector. That's all they can really do here. That might not be enough.
Who's holding it? It's going to be down to Perfecto. He doesn't have the scoped weapon, and he is at great range.
They've got incendiary to deny the plan here. Perfecto can drop down the bomb site as they commit.
20 seconds, you're right. Oh, this is going to burn. This is going to suck. North, 18, still yet to show presence. One has walked all the way through the A site. They got the read. They know they're waiting for them. The Molotov, look at this timing.
There it is.
9, 8. The flames and the flashes arrive, and they can't even get that bomb across. They threw it into the grasp of Valda. He's too low. I said a lie. He's got on top of the train and got the bomb down, he said, with a pinch of salt, perhaps. Dude, I saw him punching in the digits.
Yeah.
I was distracted by the multi-frags. That was a close call.
It was exciting.
Whew.
Well, there we go. So he did spot that incendiary before they committed there, and it was the linchpin to success for Syman Gaming. He dropped it, what, the 10-second mark? Perfect time to do it. They've got no chance but to plant in a really uncomfortable spot. There wasn't even time to get the bomb down, as we saw. AZ does survive, but he gets no money. So he'll have the AK and $200 into the next round. I think that's about all he can do. He buys a flashbang, and his teammates are all hovering around $3,000. Valda is already committed to this. He's bought a Krieg. Wondering what Myth is writing down there. Just keeping track of the economy, working out who was where, who had what.
I always wonder, like, I imagine every coach has a different way of doing things. And I'm sure that putting them all in the same room and making them talk candidly would be premium content.
That's actually a cool idea.
Right?
You get all the coaches, like a round table
like,
sort
what
of
are you
scenario.
writing down? Like, do you write down things you want to highlight later? Like, I hated that, blah, blah, you know, X, Y, I'm going to talk to you privately about this round and this round.
Sure.
And is it all about review? Is it about the timeouts? I'm sure it's a big bunch of everything.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Good conversation, for sure.
Well, let's have a look at the overall complexion of the buy from North. They are going to commit off this one, and this is where the floodgates start to open up slightly, Alex. They are starting to force buy more and more. They were very calm and passive with their finances before. They save an AK, AZ with no cash. They decide to force up around it with 2 Galils, an extra Krieg and the saved AK, and AZ spots 1. That's Torek, though. Can't do anything about it. Didn't take any HP at all. At this stage, it looks to be another default from North. They have got the bomb towards T-spawn right now, but Nealon, full control of the Ivy position. Nothing they can really do about that.
Yeah, this is becoming somewhat of a staple of this series, or this match. It's the Ivy smokes, the deep one. It causes such a slowdown of the T side. Not only has AZ got to respect the smoke and the second smoke, he's now got to clear it. Perhaps he has to call for some utility, drain that away from the Ts if they did want to clear it. And at the moment, does seem like they're rather stationary, taking a leaf out of the Syman Gaming slow T-side book.
Very slow so far. No damage done. Gade will try and make his way out towards the upper entrance, but sorry, he's very, very ready for it. They had a player on top of the bomb site as well. It is a bit of a fake one that does nothing for them, essentially. It's very telegraphed as to what they were attempting, and they'll go back towards inside by the looks of things. 40 seconds here. AZ, does he try and get through CT spawn?
Oh, Tom, that's Nealon actually misses the shot, doesn't make the same mistake twice. Good work from Kirby to find the way inside, and actually, they're going to be able to cross with it. Where's the bomb? Where is the bomb? It's above Pop, and the molly is
the molly
a little too deep. Now he can take the fight, and that could be the bomb loose. Valda Lankin is lucky stars with 10 HP. Kirby's pushed up, and North does look like they're going to be able to stabilize in what was a little bit of a messy round. I don't want to speak too soon because Nealon's still fragging. Chaos still breathing. Kirby on that flank that I thought would be cognizant of. Backs turned and precision from Kirby. 12 then to 7 and a 4K from him keeps them afloat.
Really calm stuff from Kirby there. He could have got 1 kill and made it really scrappy. He made sure he guaranteed himself that frag. Was very calm about the second. On a round, it looked like they were done for there. The Molotov they threw towards Connector wasn't actually in an ideal position whatsoever. It allowed access from the CTs, but it did touch them a couple of times. They thought they could make their way out. So maybe it was a false sense of security for the CTs, and Kirby knew he had to step out there. Gets right down towards the Connector. You can see what it means to Valda. That was a force buy, remember. They came in with a couple of Galils, 1 AK, and it works out for them. What a round it is to win as well, because they've absolutely destroyed the economy of Syman. They were forced by themselves. They still have an AWP and 2 rifles, but Perfecto and Nealon down to just Desert Eagles here.
You can see that smoke landing gave Ramzik a nice little way out. Should they aggress on main? Didn't. Nealon. He was willing to take this fight from above in the previous half. Now ready to do it. Trying to catch that jump. It's a very hard shot to hit, but when you're down to just the deagle, you've got to take those risks. A smoke for Nealon if he does choose to escape. That's pretty much the only utility they've got to show for themselves here in round 20. Slight gap for Gade to exploit above that smoke. It looks like it's just expiring now. Ramzik, he has to be such a big factor. I say that. Perfecto with the deagle close quarters. Now Ramzik shows up. Chaos falling back, catches another. Double kill for the Belgian.
That's big. inside execution, or lack thereof, I should say, because North just go in for a contact play towards inside. They saw a deagle towards Pop Dog. I think they just assumed everyone was going to be on pistols at that point, but it wasn't the case whatsoever. It's going to be Kiabi now. Had a fantastic game so far. 26 kills, 10 deaths. There is enough time to do something with this, but the fact they have the bomb towards inner might not be worth it. But we'll see what he can muster up here as he gets into the 30-second territory. He has to pretty much run the entire way now.
30 seconds to get in all the way around.
Yeah, get the bomb at low ramp.
Pick up the bomb at low ramp, kill 3 players, maybe have to plant. It doesn't sound attainable, and the fact that he's hitting the walk key and the inspect key suggests to me this is more of just a hunt.
Exactly.
Looking for blood, looking for weaponry, wants to shred Syman Gaming's chances of manufacturing a tooth and nail comeback.
Well, at this point, you can see him just holding a very conservative angle at this stage, making sure that he won't die, because if Kiabi dies here, he's the one that doesn't get any cash. If he takes a couple of CTs down, they'll still get money into the next round, so it's more important he stays alive here, especially considering that North are going to find themselves in the doldrums of their finances here. Yugi, Alex, 5 and 12. This is Train.
It's been a quiet year for Yugi.
It has. I don't want to say disappointed, but I hold him in such high regard in terms of his all potential and what he's been doing after the last 4 years. And now it's just disappointing. I haven't, like, when I get Train locked in and North playing, I'm like, we're going to see something special here. We're going to see some crazy shots.
I've stopped saying it. It used to be at the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's not been an issue for him. Usually, North thrive regardless. He's no longer, I would say, no longer a win condition. Certainly not against the likes of Syman Gaming. When you need every ounce out of North, that's when the pressure really starts going on.
Yeah, that's also a good point. Considering the opposition, he should be mauling a team like this, right?
I mean, look at Kiabi. He looks very comfortable. He's taking fights I am sure he wouldn't necessarily normally do.
You go back to the first half. We got Valda and T-Spawn on the CT side, right? Like that. So they're obviously in the zone where they know they can outduel these guys. Pound for pound, pretty much every player is going to be above and beyond what Syman can bring to the table. But you've got Yugi that's not really turning up at all. That can be a massive problem. Didn't perform on the CT side. There still is plenty of time to wake up here on the terrorist forces, but time is running out. Kiabi beats the utility towards main entrance, gets himself towards Olof. It's a little play there. They don't seem to be aware of it.
And no Molotov to flush him out either. Leland, great angle, just using the edge of the smoke to find one. Falling away now as Kiabi does make his presence known. Chaos gone, looking for Torek, and it's quick. Nice work from the Ivy player. Does pay a price down to half, and now looking to cross safely back into, I was going to say, Bomb Train, actually going for a higher ground. What's heaven?
All lies in the balance at this point. 3-on-3. Perfecto. With the incendiary in hand, that's all he's got. He's the solo player towards the inside area. He has an MP9.
Oh, you can see upper from there as well. That's
why it's so
powerful. You can see up. I clearly don't play inner enough.
Well, now you can. Now you know all the secrets.
Yeah, that's naughty. Does drop the molly, but I think they're ahead of it. And now, Perfecto just with the MP9. Everything's stacked up against him, but he's having no worries. Double kill. Looking for the third. He is getting hunted down by Yugi's scout. And we just talked all about him. Let's see if he can be the hero now. That's not far off. Whistles past the ear of Ramzik. And he lives up to that boss title.
Well, there we have it, Alex. It's going to be a nice couple of kills there for North. You'd think they'd get more out of that one, but the MP9, it's down to the incendiary, because as soon as he throws the incendiary, they're committed towards inner, right?
Yeah.
He might not have done a lot of damage with it, but it kind of keeps them on a leash. They can't fall back and duck and move towards the sidewalk area or the red train at all. They're going to have to try and get towards the bomb train, and at that stage, he just does so much damage. Lovely shot from Yugi, just as we call him out, but at that point, sure, that's a nice shot too, but like he had almost no chance of a scout with no bomb down to even do anything with that. They'll take a partial buy here with Deagles.
12-9, Henry. I don't want to say anything too outrageous too early, but
I think you should. If you're ever going to put yourself on the line, why not do it at the major?
Precisely,
that's
but you know,
motto.
day one, game 4, 3,
week
I don't
one.
know. It is the first week as well, so you know I've got to be cautious.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that North, they're probably starting to feel, you know, that palm sweat, that little prickle on the back of your skin.
I'm just saying, Syman Gaming might be the first team to go 2-0.
Bloody hell! Done it.
That's what I'm saying. At this point, like,
so that's Henry Greer. You'll find him at Henry G CS:GO. That's GREER. If you're looking for him. Let's find out. I mean, Sean Gares did say on the analyst desk, Syman Gaming are 100% not.
We wrote down the quote,
will
didn't we?
100% lose.
We even wrote it down on the computer, so we got to remember that.
Just
Syman Gaming, 100% in
Now,
caps
now
lock here,
100,
will
Henry,
lose.
I'm not a mathematician. 100,
That means there's a certainty.
it's impossible to not be.
Exactly.
Okay.
100% means that there's no possible chance
I'm
that
glad we got that
North
clarified.
could give this game up.
Cool. Okay, well, let's find out. 12-9 the score. A full buy for Syman, looking for double digits, and just the Deagles and Kevlar vests. Rather trendy.
You really like the whole vest
I just
approach,
think I just think it's funny to call it a vest.
it is.
Like
It's getting me.
the idea that there's Velcro and they've kind of done it up and it's
all fitting quite nicely.
It's quite nice, it's snug, perhaps a little bit sweaty.
We've all had a fitting.
Yeah. Nealon. Looks like he's going to have no issues with this one. Certainly Torek didn't. Kirby's Deagle doesn't connect. He was given a chance though. And that looks like a nice open and shut case. Valdo towards the... Did he get the bomb down? No, he actually chose to fake it. Perfecto hunted him down. 12-10 is the score. We find double digits. Let's not forget that the heroic performance from Syman towards the end of that first half did get them that fourth.
That's what you see the difference
11
now. Like,
to 4.
The buffer you have of just one round on T-side of train is huge. Like
Every round is a goal.
Absolutely,
is a goal
especially
nugget.
against a team like North. You know you can just get back into this game. That one round might be the difference between it going overtime and you taking the lead later on. But either way, Money's starting to stabilize on the North side. Yugi brings out the orb, and we need him to step up right now if they're going to have a chance to actually stringing some rounds together. See if there's any aggression from the CTs. They might want to mix things up. Valdo's taking so much damage there in the flames, down to 26. The flashbang incendiary combo is a potent one.
It's such a brutal combination.
Yeah. Smoke down, and Ramsey can now focus towards the main entrance. Doesn't really have to worry too much about Ivy for now. Krieg on the CT side. Looking to open things up here. You can see Ramsey, 14 kills to his name. Hasn't been the showstopper we expected, but certainly having a stronger performance than Yugi so far with the AWP.
Gade. I love that the pop dog player on CT is often the pop dog player on T.
Because you understand all the tendencies, right? You know what they're doing and what
it's
it has
so
to understand.
interesting because it's like a meta game in itself. The flash is coming in. Nealon eats it, will swing out, but that's pop dog forgone. AZ is going to be, I was going to say, left there instead. Perfecto flashed in and they disappear. A magic act.
Well, that's an opening pick. Ramzik is down.
Big smoke thrown all the way towards Z. This is lovely. Look at the trails we're getting as well. You can see where it's thrown from.
It's a nice GUI.
Nice one, StarLadder. A nice one, Nealon. Double. Gade and AZ, their heads roll. Now with a numbers lead, 35 seconds. This is an all too familiar tale. Yugi, you said he had to be the hero. He really does. With 30 seconds left, you're on backtracks, sure. Backs are turned, admittedly. They have the element of surprise for now, but they know they don't have info on Ivy. I mean, this is surely an expectation. Yeah, Torek's angle is perfect for it. Back turn traded. Valda needs to get that bomb down, though. I'm not sure he's accounting for Nealon. And he gets caught. Now 1 versus 3 with 10 seconds. Yugi, get the hell out of there.
Oh, I thought they knew his position. They were holding onto it, but they're actually just going to allow him to slip away. That's fine. Ooh. So Yugi will have to hold onto the sniper. He gets a singular kill there, but that's about it. 3 survive on the Syman side. It's Nealon with a 3-piece that's actually quite beautiful. The fact he gets 3 kills there toward that pop dog position after they lost the first pick as well, it was a totem drop, which I am not a fan of.
Okay, explain it.
So the totem drop is this. So you're on top of each other's head, and then at this one, I've never really seen it go that well. I never see it pick up a frag. I normally see that result, to be honest. I don't know what happens in practice, but I never see that drop necessarily really work out.
I think what the issue is, especially, is as soon as you get that first frag, that head, it just drops into your crosshair, the second one.
And if you're the player beneath you drops, like you're going to be left in an angle you weren't expecting.
If he kills the person that you're dropping on top of fast enough, you're almost still dropping.
Exactly.
You never really get your feet on the ground.
It's a weird one.
Interesting. It's something worth discussing with players.
I think it's much better to do the flash approach they had before. Just flash him off, Molotov it. That's much more.
Or the double molly. That's a really spicy way to take pop dog control. You can actually completely fill that room with flames outside and in.
Well, opening shot landed from Ramzik. He'll take AZ to 16. They haven't forced into this one where Yugi got no money from the last round, so they'll do a partial buy round. Valda has actually invested everything he had. Sign of the times, Alex. They're desperate at this point. They just need a round. They've got 2 players with no money. And at this point, it looks very telegraphed as to where they're finishing up. They've got the Krieger Perfecto sitting in front of the lower round, but surely taken down. That's Valda. And they still have a fighting chance here. The fact is Ramzik by himself. If they can find him, they've got a chance of closing it out, but Yugi can't deliver. Ramzik misses the shot, gives him an opening.
Thorn in their side. Ramzik taking Yugi out. Now, kept level. Great work from Kirby as he drops. There's that bomb. There's that, the digits punched in by his teammate Valda, but could be caught. Oh, as he tries to scarper away. No, gets to oil. Nice work from Nealon onto Kirby. Now all on one man. This would be a 1 versus 2. 4 kills in the round for Valda at a crucial moment. His team have let many slip away now. Torek first to be found. 1 versus 1 now for Valda as he does know the time is on his side.
Oh!
Nealon goes down. Huge from
Wow.
Valda. And he saves North's skin. Syman, they had that on a silver platter.
They did. My goodness, that was quite brilliant there from Valda. He knew what he had to do at that point. If he gets that 1 kill, he can sneak away in towards the oil train, and at that point, Nealon had to come in pre-firing. Unless he gets that quick kill, it was Valda that was always going to take him down there, and it's a really, really big round. I don't know the exact finances right now, Syman, but it didn't look good before they swapped over. I think they were pretty invested. They've been winning a lot of rounds, but they've been expensive ones. It's come down to a lot of clutches here, and at this point, this might be the timeout. Indeed, it is for North. You've seen...
After the win, I mean...
Right, it makes sense because he's been keeping track of the money, right? He knows this is their moment to get back into this, close it out right here, right now.
Right, listen to me. I'm going to talk for 30 seconds.
Here's a replay. Valda said he had to step up and get 4 kills in total. He certainly delivered on that front. But this was a great position here. You can see the CTs aren't trading off each other. He's put them in a position where they can only look at him 1 by 1. And even with the information and the pre-fire, still didn't work out. As we get to round number 25. And like I said, money, not great. They do have an AWP for Ramzik, but the rest of them, MP9s, a Deagle, 1 rifle. If North win this round, it'd be 14-11. I would say GG at that stage.
Valda could have just saved North from an embarrassing defeat.
Absolutely.
Wow. Huge, huge victory. 1 versus 2 clutch. You can see it got into Perfecto's skin, frustrated when we cut to the player cams. The buy's not bad, though. Ramzik on his signature weapon. Not for much longer. Yugi catches him. Revenge from the round prior. Perfecto looking for a double hit. It's all he needs, and he gets nothing. Locked out on Z. The flames are soon to arrive. They're going to try and save what they have. It makes sense. Get the hell out of there.
Well, there it is. Well, we did say this would be the round that decides it all, but they do save the AWP and the M4 and the MP9s. So sure, they give this one up. It is going to be 14-11, but still with a fighting chance because they recovered Ramzik's AWP. That's massive. Money won't be going forward. They're still going to be compromised. They need to save absolutely everything and have a decent buy going forward. Perfecto and Ramzik won't have a whole lot to work with going forward, though. 25, North take it with the inside take. Didn't actually give much up at all. Still got the majority of their utility and manpower. Only Gade taking significant damage there. Well, thumbs up.
Certainly are if you're a North fan, seeing them overcome what was a very tough second half for them. Syman Gaming putting up a valiant fight. You start to see why this is a map that they ever played so much. Clear confidence and an element of comfort. But probably plenty of discomfort now, my goodness. 2 rounds is all North need. And Syman have 3 SMGs on the CT side to do it. I mean, do you have to ask for some aggression here? Do you have to do something a little Larry?
With 3 MP9s, I would say someone needs to step up here. Maybe towards the main entrance, try and get close as you possibly can. You can see them actually getting in towards that position, but Valda,
charging.
Yeah, this is actually looking quite dangerous for North now. AZ will be dropped first. Close range, they're taking the game towards the CTs, and they've got those SMGs.
It's close quarters. Nealon catches Valda on the ladder. This is starting to spiral, and Torek pushes where it hurts. Another AK lying on the battlefield. It's all over already. This round is done. Chaos, he could even get a knife if he wants to. Yugi in the smoke, and they'll take all the AKs. A double AWP and 3 AKs. It's the dream shopping list.
That's insane. They don't give up a single kill. They enter with 3 MP lines. They leave with 3 AKs and 2 AWPs. That's nuts.
If you could describe how that round, the best way that round could have gone for Syman, that is it.
It wasn't necessarily a bad call from North either, because they know the money's broken. They're going against his MP9s. The fact of the matter is, Syman knew they had to get aggressive there. They do what they had to, and North could have just played a default, more static round, but they went for the haymaker finish. They wanted to close it out in style, but everyone out aggressive there, and unfortunately for them, ran into the brick wall of the MP9s. And look at the bar on the CT side now.
Yeah, dare I say it, I think the Krieg might be the hottest property to loot.
Yeah.
I really think that, especially on train for a CT, that is such a powerful weapon. And Ramzik is too. He catches AZ early, takes the fight to them. North, that sign of relief from Valda's clutch is nothing but a distant memory at this point.
Sean Gare's on the edge of his seat right now, Alex.
I'm pretty sure he's sitting there working out
the green room.
He's writing a twit longer as we speak.
The apology. Perfecto now. We'll be spotting the little booties of Gade.
Now that is a smoke that I'm stealing. Look at this. Just enough for anyone playing any silly boys on the ladder.
Well, Bardolph's in the building. He's right next to us.
I can hear him. The booming presence of Bardolph.
I thought it felt a bit manlier in here.
Yeah,
you and I were kind of bringing the mood down. But
yeah, like my testosterone levels just sunk just to accommodate for him.
Oh, he said,
Still,
I feel intimidated.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you've stood up. You flexing? It looks like you're tensing, Henry. Nice work from Nealon. Not taking anything away from this round. Gade wants to try and change things, but Neelan silences him again. That Krieg we talked about's already found 2. Yugi, oh, that's a must hit.
That's a big miss. See if it's going to be anything now left for him. I would say saving the AWP is his only option. He doesn't seem to be that way inclined, to be honest. He'll get no money if he saves it, but he'll get absolutely nothing if he dies now. Needs to try and stay alive. Not the best position to do it. They're hunting him down. Alex, he's got very little chance of surviving this.
There are so many sharks hunting him from every direction. He's desperately trying to get towards T-spawn. It's a quick flick. Torek takes him. They don't even need another one. They've got an AWP surplus at this point. They'll be leaving that one on the ground to dissolve into the ether.
So that is money absolutely ruined on the north side. This is where it could all fall apart. Syman Gaming could be the first team here at the Major to go 2-0 in this stage of the tournament. I don't think that was... Imagine they go 3-0.
Okay, all right, John Lennon, let's calm down with the imagination. First, let's focus on this one, because Syman Gaming are stabilizing on this CT side. They've still got two T weapons, the scavenged orcs as well. They haven't had to spend a penny. And they're about to get a step closer to a chunk of change. Just the Deagles locking in the corner, and that's a huge amount of damage. No, not the nades! Oh, it's brutal. There's flames, there's explosives, and there's bullets. It's a horrible mix for North. Every single time they click their mouse, they're meeting more and more pain. And that will be Syman Gaming finding the equalizer here, ladies and gentlemen, with a seamless performance. Money is starting to become no object for the rest of this game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Ever since they won that 4-spy round in 3 MP9s, they got themselves in this position where they've got 2 terrorist weapons in the form of the AK and the Krieg. Everyone's alive. Money's just there for days. It's Kiabi who will be looking for any kills at this point, just going to be slowing it right down, letting things simmer. As he holds towards main entrance, just going to be trying to take down one of the players here. They know where he is, and a chance to get Ramzik, but no chance at all as he's dropped there. 5 players surviving for Syman. Well then, Alex, it's all tied up. It didn't look possible. It was 11-4 in favor of North in the first half. We thought, you know what, maybe if they win a pistol, there's a chance they can make this a competitive game. Now they're at the precipice of actually maybe winning it.
I think it's worth adding that Syman's T side didn't inspire much confidence. I think, you know, depending on the way in which those 4 rounds are acquired, you can give more teams more credit. But for us, Syman Gaming, they've earned all of the respect on this CT side. My goodness, what a defense, locking the Danes out. And a team notorious for not living up to their potential is North. 1-0 in the Major, looking to go 2-0 against a CIS underdog in Syman Gaming. 2 rounds separate both teams from 2-0.
Oh, it's very tense in there now. Full buy, though, for North. They have the AWP on Yugi, still yet to break double digits. Gage holding towards Pop Dog.
Leaving the bomb at spawn. Last time we saw North with a setup like this, they did their little inner fake, which you said rendered them nothing. What was the flaw in it last time? Well, they died, I guess.
Good question. Trying to get myself back into that position now.
I'm almost certain it was like Valda walked out upper. This is a bit different. This time, AZ's going to try and just sneak, hope there's no presence on the actual upper itself. There's one on bomb train, perfecto. Ramzik is training his aim there as well. Now the utility thrown, and actually, they're looking to join him. AZ said, I'm up and I'm out. I think Ramzik could catch a glimpse. Nice work from Perfecto, but AZ can swing, gets the trade, looking for an angle, pulls the knife, and Ramzik catches him with a knife in his hands. Torek puts a bullet into the brain of Kiabi, and now things are starting to spiral. No, that's huge from Valda. He does some 360 rotation strafe.
That was a done deal. That was a kill for the CTs. They win this round now. That is an absolute meltdown.
Oh, the flash. He gets across. Ramzik couldn't take the shot. Vision obscured, bomb down. 2 versus 3. No. Valda's done it again! How is he still alive? 2 points of health. But it's enough to frag. Huge from Valda, the leader. When it matters, another one.
Oh!
Valda will not go down.
I won't have it.
Timeout. He's C from Mytha. He's like, guys, you need 5 from that one. My goodness.
That's absolutely ridiculous. The round was done as a 4-on-2. Valda was basically AFK going down the ladder, and somehow he didn't get killed. And when the time he realizes he jumps off, he needs to see his POV.
Let's see it again.
Shot at. Should be dead. Should be dead.
Should be. But look at this. No need for the scope.
Damn.
Puts that one in his back pocket and just shoots from the hip.
Give him an inch, he'll take a mile. That's Valda. That's
20
why everyone's been talking about him.
He gets 3 more.
It's insane.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, that could be it now. And it all comes down to that 1 kill towards Pop Dog.
Who was it, Neelan?
I think so, yeah.
He's been such a hero for Syman Gaming.
Doesn't matter at this point. That he gives it all up there.
Oh, yikes. Oh, I hate that word just came out of my mouth on broadcast. Sorry, guys. It's a dank meme I occasionally say. It's all ironic, I promise. I'm not actually weird.
No.
No.
Well, overtime now is the best Syman can hope for. All of a sudden, the pressure is on their side of the server.
Here we go. What do you do? What's the call after that from Valda? We need one round to just forget about this game and get that 2-0.
Could be the outside faker. The smokes are down, and they're heading towards inside, so we'll see if that's going to be the case. They're throwing one Molotov towards Ivy as well, but that's going to be Kiabi throwing it and falling back towards inner. So I think that's what they're trying to suggest. It might be players towards Olaf, etc., and there's presence towards Ivy, but everyone's falling back towards inside.
Rotation into inner from Torek. He'll be the third man there on the receiving end of this north push. Ramzik stands vigilant. Smoker's there, but Perfecto's ahead of it. That could cause a bit of a problem. Certainly not for AZ. What is that? Nice response, though. Ramzik again, bomb loose, and Torek knows where it is. Kiabi, in the meantime, through the smoke, shuts down their hero, but Torek, he was the hero of Dust 2, has to be on train now. 3 versus 3. Through the smoke, it's chaotic, and already North found 2. It's all onto one man. It's Chaos. He's locked out, but pushing. Has to hit the no-scope, and does. 1 versus 2 now. Bomb's not down. He can slow this down, and so can I. Gabe spots him and shuts him down, 16-14, and North, they stabilize. They will not go down to Syman Gaming. They will not fall the way Vitality did, but my goodness, Syman Gaming, you have to start giving them some props. They make another tier 1 team sweat here at the Major.
That's all well and good, but at the Major, it's not a usual tournament, right? You need to perform. This is your chance to show what you can do. They had that game. It was in the palm of their hands, Alex. All they had to do was grasp it, but somehow, someway, Valda with 20 HP goes on to get 3 kills. It's the catalyst to their victory. That was not a pretty second half from North whatsoever. They had a very comfortable first half, showing it felt like a foregone conclusion they were going to win this one, but it came right down to the 30th round, and an insane clutch from Valda to save the day. He was having a very quiet game by his standards up until that point as well.
I mean, the first frag, it's going to haunt Nealon for sure, but the fact that 3 others died...
There's no excuse for that one kill for the whole thing, right?
Absolutely not. It may feel like that at the time. You can see him there on your screens. It's a heartbreaking loss, and I'm sure that's gonna come back to haunt Syman Gaming. But North, the fact that their leader can win a round like that to keep your team alive in the winners bracket. I mean, 2-0 now. That's a huge sigh of relief for the Danes. My goodness, you're 1 win away from the Legend stage.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a roller coaster. Sean Gers wipes the sweat from his brow. He's very happy with that one, I'm sure. But it is... I have to say, yeah, sure, North win the game, but it's not instilling me with confidence. They're going to go real deep in this tournament and show us what they're made of. That was like real, like, edge of your seat
and
stuff.
Let's not forget that first half where we are seeing some silly, silly rounds, you know, being lost by North with these pushes, like Valda's pushing T-Spawn. We're seeing, you know, that kind of gameplay.
You should never get that comfortable.
Into a 16-14. It's the Major. I don't know. Great game to cast, though. Syman Gaming, we'll keep our eyes on them as they head to the 1-1 section. But for now, let's jump over and hear that interview.
Thank you very much, Machine. Congratulations, Valdez. 2nd win for North secured. And it was against Syman Gaming, a team that I think a lot of people underestimated coming into today for sure. But this game that you guys had, despite the win, was very, very close.
Yeah, I just got to give credits to Syman. I think they played so awesome. They really pushed us to our limit. And yeah, I don't think we win that game unless I do that miracle round in the second last round. So yeah, really, like, kudos to them. Actually, one of their players, Torek, is a former teammate of mine. We played together back in, I think it was like 2014. So it's actually pretty awesome to see a guy like him actually come in and play a major like 5 years later. So yeah, credits to them.
You started off today very strong with the clean win, 16-5, and next it was Syman. So not knowing as much about them or having not played against them as much as some of the other teams here, you know, what were your expectations?
I think they're a bit of a question mark. Like, we didn't really get to anti-strat them before the game because everything went so fast. So we just came into it with a mindset of playing our own game. Yeah, not knowing what they're gonna do. So yeah, big question mark. But I must say, I don't think it's the last team that they surprised this major.
I know that when I spoke to Mither earlier, he talked about how he felt that this break that you had before this major was absolutely crucial for you guys to sort of reset after the busy schedule that you had. Do you also feel that that was really, really important and to sort of reset after the minor?
Yeah, I think these like mental resets when you come from a break is like crucial. A lot of players in CSGO are suffering from burnout, I think, just because there's so many tournaments and so much travel. So it's really important to have these breaks and off periods where you can see some family and friends. So that's definitely key coming into a major or any big tournament.
In addition to the break, of course, I'm sure you guys had a boot camp coming into right before Berlin as well. So what did you guys focus on there?
I think it's about like polishing our game. We knew we had some problems with maybe map control and maybe playing a bit too fast in the crucial situations. And you really cannot afford to do that when you're at the major and playing against some of the best teams in the world. So yeah, just trying to fix our own mistakes and maybe create a new tactic or two. And then yeah, just coming in fresh to the major with a good and positive mindset.
Lastly, I saw that at the minor, there were situations where sometimes it felt like North just was so defeated. It felt like you guys just, once you lost momentum, weren't able to get that back. Are you confident that maybe with this break that you can avoid that type of scenario?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's the one thing we focused on the most is like having a good mindset. We definitely had some mental issues before, I'd say. Like when we got behind in a game, we would like be too defeated, as you say. And yeah, that's not an option any longer. It's the major, and we're just always going to stay positive, and then I'm sure we're going to win in the end.
Well, so far that positivity is definitely paying off. 2 wins already secured, so congratulations once again. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. And guys, we are going to be right back. When we come back, it's G2 taking on Dream Eaters.